Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. We are back for some more league racing content here, ready for late dive racing, aka LDR, for round number 11 for the United States Grand Prix. Almost said Austin there for a minute, but it isn't Austin, but it's not called the Austin, the United States Grand Prix. So obviously, hope you guys enjoy this episode of league racing. I hope that this is kind of a lot better than what career mode has been producing, but we're ready here for round number 11. Obviously, we joined late in the season, as everybody kind of know. We did our 2 trial runs, and we are now officially full-time in Tier 1, which, if you did not check out the last episode, please go check that out, which actually was around Spain, and we actually had a good result. We got P9. We could have got a little bit more, but ultimately just made a little mistake. But unfortunately, those things happen. So yeah. Anyways, ready for qualifying. This is a sprint weekend. They are going by the real life calendar, as we kind of know. So they're mainly doing the main dates that they got. Some of the races we probably already missed, but yeah, obviously sprint quali and just a short session, short quali for these races for a sprint weekend. No full quali, thankfully. So. Obviously, it's going to be tough, mainly because I really didn't do that many laps around Coda. I've only did like about 3 or 4. So I'm probably going to be a little bit off the pace to these guys, and a lot of these guys are a lot faster than me at the same time, so I kind of just accepted that fact. But here we go for the first run here in Sprint Quali. We're on the medium tires. You get a full set, you can do mediums or the soft tires. Everybody else right now is on the mediums. I am planning on running my soft tires at the end of the session, so hopefully that can maybe boost us something. But anyways, a lap around here, very tight through the center S's as we go, and now approaching these next couple of corners. Flat curbs here as well, so it's going to be a little bit tricky with track limits, I have a feeling, this weekend. And don't go over the wall, over the track limits there. We actually get through there safe. Flat out through this fast corner of the circuit, dumping all the overtake and heavy braking, not a heavy braking zone, but a little tap on the brake, and very fast flowing corner through there. It feels a lot it looks a lot faster in real life than what it does in the game. But anyways, come across checkered flag now. That's actually going to put a 133.171, so 3/10 off from I believe CMS, who was the next closest car in front. So far P8. Manual says to 132.9, so we are lacking a little bit of time, and we have a really strong gap from the guys behind us, but it seems like that middle sector is where we're losing all the time, so that's no bueno. But it's a very tight field, very tight field, and we'll go out and do another run, but everybody else is basically going out there. We're on the soft tires. Knight goes on mediums. A couple of the guys were on the mediums, but everybody else mainly is on the soft tires. Here we go for the last run in SQ1, and we get across the line just in enough time to start. But anyways, we're going to definitely find a good second, maybe a second and a half, obviously due to the soft tires being more superior than the mediums. But we don't want to be over too confident and say that we're going to improve, because you never know what's going to happen. So fast corners through here. Flat out to right about here, where actually just go down to gear, you stay flat out, and then get down to 5th and go right back down to 4th, maybe to 3rd, and then upshift to 4th, 5th. You want to try to use as much as that, you want to take as much of that apex as much as you can through there, and you break at the 100 meter, maybe the 150 to the 50, and tight apex, and then use all the curb around the outside. Zoc with a 130.8, and this long back straight, which actually my teammate, who we were in a voice call, actually told me at the end for the main quali, because I was kind of late to it. He said if you burn all the battery down the back straight, that's probably where I'm going to find a lot of my time. But slight lock up through that corner. This part is just it's very twitchy, but this part is really good for racing. As much as I say that, and around through this corner, very kind of downhill a little bit. Use the exit, and you want to go through this corner here. Like I said, very fast flowing through this part, flat out completely. Use as much to the inside. You want to go the outside. Use the curb, hit the apex just good. Use all the outside as much as you can. Try to invalidate, and then take more of the curb on the inside or on the outside. Then use the inside curb. Take all the way. Where is it going to put us exactly? We ran out of battery towards the end, but I believe that is P6 or P5, and then it's P5. So we found a lot of time. It actually wasn't a bad lap. That actually felt really good. If only I knew to burn a lot down the back straight, but that wasn't bad. I'll take that, honestly. That's probably in the 131.9, so it's not, we're full second off Zoc. He's got the pace of a demon, but my teammate, he's able to stay with him, and he got 6/10 on him, so at least he's got some sort of room there. But we're about 4/10 off my teammate. Honestly, probably could have found a little bit more time, but CMS just got us there at the end. We probably would have. I have a feeling we probably would have got maybe CMS. Ultimately, just found a lot of time through that that back sector. So, and like I said, qualifying has never been my strength. But here we go for the sprint race. We're going to go to the mediums and probably just going to finish the whole race on mediums. My teammate says he's going to go on mediums as well. So 10 laps around the sprint race here in Austin. For the 5 red lights here, we're starting P5 here for the sprint, and it's lights out and away we go for the sprint race. We actually get a horrible start, really bad start. Fairsley got off the line really well. The letter P also getting off the line really well. We actually get hit in the back by, I believe that was Sway or Emmanuel. We actually got hit from behind, but someone did something like that. And we're still side by side with Farzy. Emmanuel in the kick sub are also behind us as well. And I got the inside line, and we're going tight in the S's. Sometimes overtaking in the S's doesn't really work that well. Farzy gets around us, and Emmanuel took that line as well. Even Supreme is even getting into this battle as well. And Knight also behind us as well. Supreme's got the inside. We still fight this around the outside. This actually costing us a lot of time behind us as Knight is following Supreme through. And someone has sent it down the inside. I don't know if that was Supreme or Knight, but someone has sent a ballsy move down the inside. And, well, ultimately, someone had to back out. And we lost a full second just from that squabbling from behind. So that probably did not help us whatsoever. And they also got a massive slipstream also. I don't know who was burning battery behind us. But absolutely with a big send by Knight. And he absolutely major, just the dive bomb of dreams. I don't know if I turned in completely, but I didn't even see it till last minute, so I don't know what was going on through there. I don't know if the dive bomb was really worth it at this stage, but hey, you gotta go for it. I guess there's some moves where you gotta go for, but what a crazy lap one this has been. And actually, this really did not help us because we lost about a good 1.3 seconds off the chasing pack. So now we're kind of in this midfield type pack, and this is really not helping us all out. But if we could pull a guy from Supreme, Hemi Kid, who really can probably get up into this field as well. He's got some pretty good pace. He's always had good pace as well. But another yellow flag behind us. I don't know who that was, but lap 2 now. Manuel gets around Farzy. Farzy has almost lost the car through that part of the track. Farzy also right behind Emmanuel, so I don't really got the pace really to catch up to Farzy. We're also matching in pace as well, so once you get in the DRS, it's not too good. That's actually a track limits warning, very wide. Hemi Kid, he's got some pretty good pace as well, and that's no, I thought that was another track limits warning, but it was not. And Hemi Kid is now in the DRS of us, but Farzy with the DRS from Emmanuel is helping him out quite a lot to kind of pull the gap behind us. But they're in that chasing pack, and my teammate trying to really get Zoc, who's got the Australian, is just super quick at this stage. But Hemi Kid in the DRS as well. Hopefully he's not going to send it down the inside like some of these drivers have done. Slight luck up. He ultimately does not send it down the inside, so that's actually really smart. Lap 4 now, almost lap 5. Yeah, really losing time to just see Farzy, who's actually fallen out of that DRS range, so I don't know what happened to the pace. I don't know if he cooked them tires or what, but he's really kind of dropped out of that chasing pack. And now Hemi Kid, who maybe we can work together and possibly try to catch back up to Farzy, but Farzy's really on it this weekend, so I think it's going to be very tough, but we'll try it anyways. And Hemi Kid, I think he's going to mainly get us down maybe this main straight, maybe not, but he's got some he's going to be in the DRS, and we take as much of the outside curb, and well, maybe got a slight better exit, but we both equally got the same exit, but he's not really close enough, so I don't think he's really going to make a move down that inside. But that pack also behind us, who Knight is actually leading that pack, it's going to be very, very challenging, I guess you could say, for them to catch up. But yeah, we're matching Farzy's pace. I mean, we both are literally identical in race pace, so we've really lost out. I don't know if he made a mistake somewhere or what, but really just lost out in that area and almost lost the back end. We actually lose the back end once again, and that did not help. And I just maybe got too greedy on the throttle, and that maybe was a bite in the ass, I guess you could say, for us, and that really didn't help. Hemi Kid gets around us, and hoping to stay in Hemi Kid's DRS to kind of get in front of this pack and see if Hemi Kid's got the pace. But Emmanuel actually made a mistake somewhere, and now him and E. Ferzi are battling it out, and they're not really working together. They're just racing for position. So this is going to help us out, possibly get back in that string, which I actually was kind of praying that they would. We are scoring points at the moment, only just 1 point. Not like really we're in the championship fight anyways, but you know, maybe good to get some points in the Constructors Championship to see where we can get. Honestly, I'm trying to learn this season of LDR, just kind of trying to learn how everything works and all that stuff. So I'm just trying to be very patient. But yeah, anyways, lap 8 now. Ferzi and Hemikid still, not Hemikid, Ferzi and Emmanuel still fighting for positions, and Hemikid, who really doesn't have the pace, he's been burning a lot of those batteries. He's really struggling on his tires at this point. He locks up those tires. I think we're going to try to get around Hemikid to see if we can actually get to E. Ferzi and Emmanuel, because I think I got the pace to really do it. And being in this dirty air of Hemikid is really not helping us whatsoever. But that chasing pack now, CMS and letter P, Zoc, and my teammate Reimer, who's really been on it this weekend. They are really fighting for those positions up front, so I'm kind of hoping maybe one of those two guys can make a mistake. I hope it's not my teammate, but if someone can make a mistake up there, and we can actually capitalize on them. So that's full go. But yeah, now we're really in the DRS of Emmanuel and Ferzi. Emmanuel does have a 3-second time penalty, and Ferzi is trying to capitalize on Emmanuel, but it's not really working. And Emmanuel was able to get him right back. So like I said, I mean, they're not working together. And if, again, not like it really matters anyways, but now they're just kind of racing for positions. And they're probably not really, I don't know if they're both liking it, because we're able to jump in this so we can actually probably sneak off a position. But Hemikid also staying really well in the DRS as well. So this is kind of helping him out as well, dragging us into that fight. And the two Red Bulls behind us are just basically fighting for positions for minor placings at this point. But last lap now of the sprint race. Emmanuel really gonna give Ferzi a threat here, and he started to look about down the inside. He does not, and Ferzi with a lockup, and Emmanuel also with a lockup as well. And Hemikid still hanging in there, but he's not that close enough. But as we get to the middle sector now, it's gonna be very crucial to kind of stay in this tight pack, and it's very difficult to follow through the middle sector of this track. Quite a little bit when the tires are worn out. Especially the dirty air is not that bad, but the dirty air is, if they increased it more, it would be probably horrendous to even capitalize on this. But here comes Emmanuel thinking about possibly ascend. No, he doesn't. He actually braked very late. And if Ferzi with another lockup, I don't know if Ferzi's struggling on his tires or what, but Hemikid really got a better than what he did. But here comes Ferzi trying to break the toe from Emmanuel. And we're also as well in that DRS. That maybe could be a little bit weaving on the straight, but we go down the inside and a big sent down the inside on Eferzi. We lock up both the tires, but we don't make contact. And we get around Eferzi, but that was clean. There was no contact whatsoever. But Ferzi got the inside line. We're gonna try to capitalize on Eferzi once again. And someone has had a moment up front. I don't know if that was my teammate or what, but I think my teammate just got hit. And I believe he did just get hit. I don't know who hit him, and we have actually lost the back end a little bit. And actually, Hemikid capitalizes on that, and at the moment we're going to try to go around Hemikid. No, we don't. We thinking about it, but Hemikid defends that really well. My teammate, who goes from basically first to 7th to 8th, is not what we wanted to see, but that is P6 in the sprint, capitalizing off Emmanuel's 3-second time penalty. That was tough. That was a tough race, and I wasn't really happy because I really just got a horrible start, and I think we could have been in that chasing pack with the top 5. But CMS with a great result for the sprint. He gets 8 points on the board. We tried. Ultimately, it just didn't work out well. So it's unfortunate, but hey, we got points. 3 points on the board. Not like it really matters anyways in the championship, but Constructors maybe helped us out quite a little bit. So not bad. But anyways, time for Q1, time for quali, the main quali, and first run in the medium tires. And well, there's a nice present. Exceeded track limits penalty, basically just over the track limits. Did not help. We just had a massive understeer moment through that part of the track, so we got 2 sets of soft tires. My teammate is taking an engine penalty, which, speaking of engine penalties, I'll talk about that at the end of the video. But my teammate is taking an engine penalty for this race. He was allowed to qualify for the sprint, but he's not allowed to really qualify for the main race. So he's actually giving me some tips for quality, which actually is really good to kind of have someone telling me, you know, where I'm lacking time and where to find all the time. So he's really been a sort of good good teammate for helping me out just a bit. But anyways, through that middle sector was really good. The back of the track, the massive back straight, found a little bit of time off that exit. But anyways, through these last couple of corners and go across checker flag. Now we probably should really get off that curb. I think we're losing a little bit of time, but that's P7. Not a good lap. Really just trying to stay in this group, but they're able to find a lot of time through the back of the basically back of the pack. So it's really tight margins, and again, it is super close from P8 to like P3. Like, the margins are so tight. So we go for another run. My teammate told me not to use battery until the back straight, so that's what we're gonna take his word for. Found a good tenth, maybe 2 tenths on this lap so far, so we're going pretty well. Go down to third, we cut that curve really well, and that helps out. Oh, I lost a little bit of time. It looks like I probably took too much of the sausage, but down the 50-meter board we go, and use the inside curb, and then we're going to want to use all the exits we can. 3 tenths now found, and about almost 4 tenths down. He tells me to burn all the battery down the back straight, and actually we are burning not all the battery, but he told me to kind of save a lot of it through this last couple of corners. But heavy brakes, no, down the 100-meter board. We actually lock up the tires a little bit. Almost just got a track limits warning there, and that was very tight, but 3 tenths. We probably could have found maybe about 2 tenths through that part of the circuit, and that did not help. They're very tight margins. Downhill part of the track, and now you just have to pray that the car sticks through this part of the track, which you always should do. And found about a good 5 tenths through that part of the circuit, so that helped us out quite a bit. And almost half a second now found heavy braking zone. Little bit of a moment through that part of the track. The car just did not really stick that well. Become crush checker flag now. 6 tenths now. We lost a lot of time through that back of it, and we lost even more time, and that actually was very tight. That's P7, but we do improve 132.7. That was very tight and super tight, as Sway was able to capitalize, same as the Ferzi. But yeah, look at these gaps. I mean, they're just split by 3 tenths of a second. I mean, again, my teammate said I probably could have been maybe P4, maybe P5, and they're very tight. So very tight margins. But anyways, let's get on to the feature race. And well, obviously, like I said, starting P7. A couple guys behind us that are a lot quicker. My teammate, obviously, Zoc. Also, I don't know if Zoc's taking a penalty or he said he was going to start last, because I think he's still in his trial run. But a couple guys starting in the back. I think Reimer was the only one to really take a grid penalty. I don't know who else really did. So yeah, it is very tight. Coda has never really been one of my best tracks, so a little bit off the pace a little bit, but that's fine. We could find a little bit of time, so we're trying to have fun. Try to make it to the finish line for the 28 laps here around the Circuit of the Americas, and lights out away we go for this Grand Prix. And we don't get a great start as well. We got a horrible start. Knight actually capitalized on that start, same as a couple other guys as well, but very tight through turn 1. We will cut the track. Almost lost the back end, and very off track moment through that point. My teammate was an amazing start, up 5 positions already, and he asked me what happened to me. I told him again, just very tight through that part of the track. And now Emmanuel's got I don't know, that's a corner cut warning through that part of the track now. And Knight turns in completely, and we make contact. Me and Knight go around. That did not help us whatsoever. And I honestly don't know. I was turning, but I think Knight just turned in too much, and he hit us. So I don't know if he didn't check the mirror, he didn't see the red arrow, but that did not help. And someone that's Supreme that's gone around, and I think Zoc has just had a moment. That is Zoc, who just lost his front wing completely, or that might just be an end plate. He lost something, and that did not help. But Carlos now as well in the Alpine, he's not that quick in the straights. Thought about it. Very early braking. That I should have braked a little bit later, but Zoc is still fighting Carlos, so he's clearly the front wing damage. Hit that bag. Rassam, and someone made a moment. I think that might have been Carlos, but Rassam, and I don't know, the Anime Boy, I believe. I don't know who. I think that's Anime Boy in the other Kick Sauber. So yeah, what a start. Very crap start, because it didn't help from the it didn't help from honestly the whole situation with Knight, but the letter P with a 135.5 fast lap of the race so far, even though they're going to get a lot quicker. But Rassam and Knight, and I think Rassam just got spun out. I don't know what happened. And this Formula B pack really lost all the time, and I'm in this kind of midfield fight for basically the last points positions with Anime Boy and Zoc. So I'm praying we can catch up to the top of that pack, and my teammate who's really capitalized on that start will help them out quite a bit. But we're going to go down the inside on Zoc and Anime Boy. Big send down the inside on both these drivers. We get that move done, but Zoc is still able to fight this around. Zoc has really strong pace this weekend, and he's arguably really underrated in this league so far. But Knight also capitalizing on Zoc, and even Knight also capitalized on that once again. So a couple guys capitalizing, a couple guys aren't, but with a big send, actually got hit by Knight, who's been making some really dive bombs, and I don't know what he's exactly doing, but maybe I turned in. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't see the replay of what happened, but Knight with a very aggressive dive bombs to try to catch up to this pack, and hey, I totally respect that, but you got to do it without hitting your opponent. So just gotta take that knowledge, but you never know you never know what happens. It's very tight, and maybe I'm just braking a little too late. So this is maybe some really rough driving, and I'm also trying to really manage the tires this first stint in the race. But Knight's gonna have DRS, same as Zoc. So I mean, this pack is really, we're not going to get anywhere with this pack, and I just got to hold off for points at this point. But here comes Knight, here comes Zoc. They're going to get right around us. We go from P10 to P11, P9 to P11. So out the points right now. And Knight, he's got the inside line on Zoc. Zoc gives him enough space, so good space from the Aston. Knight down the inside, and Zoc is still fighting this very well, but Knight with another luck up. And, well, ultimately just got to stay patient and try to get around them once again. So, yeah, this race has really gone from bad to worse, and it's really not helping us our race quite a lot. And we have a yellow flag behind. I don't know if that was Rassam or someone is at a moment. And a VSC has been deployed. That might have been one of the kickstarters. That was one of the kickstarters of Anime Boys. So he had a moment, and that did not help. So VSC ending. Nothing really crazy goes on in the VSC. No one really pitted as well, so probably for the best that no one really pitted because these tires are still good. But Zoc is chasing Knight. Knight's not really I don't think he was burning much overtake, but he's late on the brakes, and he's very late. I braked a lot later than what Zoc did. Obviously, Zoc does have front wing damage as well, so another lock up with Knight, and when they lock up, the frames get really bad for me, so it's quite bothering me just a little bit. But Knight defends that well, and lap 5, Knight is still under attack from Zoc, and we're gonna try to get around them, but they're just very tight. Knight's got some pretty good pace as well in that Red Bull, so we're gonna try to go down the inside. But if we possibly get down there, we don't really defend that, but we got the inside line, and Knight turn. I can maybe argue that that's maybe a little bit my fault. That maybe would have been a little bit on me. I'll probably take anything for that, a penalty, and Knight rage quits, or he had a moment. I think honestly Knight rage quitted. So now I feel bad. I don't know if I honestly don't know if I hit him. I don't know. I feel like he turned in a little bit, but Knight has basically said, "Screw you guys, I'm out." So I apologize to him if I ruined his night, because I feel bad a little bit. But that yellow flag did not help. And actually, safety car has been deployed. Supreme's out. Okay, don't know what happened to the Alpine driver, but he's had a moment somewhere. And we're gonna pit, and we're gonna pit for the hard tires. So aggressive pit stop, and probably be worth it. Maybe we can try to salvage something out of this race at this point. So yeah, but very slow. My teammate kind of hoping I wasn't going to get held up, but we got held up just a little bit, and that's fine. Just, you got to accept it. But yeah, everybody else is really pitted for the hard tires. So if Knight really didn't retire, Knight probably would have been a little bit happy with the safety car, but probably just a rage quit, honestly. And if he's watching this video, I apologize. I really do, but I don't know if that was really my fault or not. So, but safety car is coming in this lap, and now we're kind of back in this fight, but now we gotta just try to find something, because this weekend has really gone from somewhat of a high to really bad, and we need to get something. So we got to really charge through this field. If we can maybe just get more up into the points, that'd be awesome. But it is going to be tough, and especially when Coda is not really your best track. But here we go, lap 9. Safety car is in, and we are back racing. And the Red Bull now of Mr. Palm is racing Hemi Kid, and Rassam also back there, and Emmanuel, he's going on to the mediums. So Emmanuel's going aggressive. Those mediums will not make it to the end of that race. These mediums will not make it. So I don't know if he's started on the hard tires or not, but no matter what, he's wanting to get up through this field. So Hemi Kid, who's really charging a lot of the battery, I don't know if he burned a lot of it trying to chase down Mr. Palm and the Red Bull. But we go down the inside of Hemi Kid. We're going to give him space around the outside. And very tight. Fairzy goes off track. And someone's all the way down the inside of the circuit. I don't know who that is. But my teammate, who's up there in P3, is kind of in a little train of himself with a couple other guys as well. And a big send from Hemi Kid. And a really aggressive send. I mean, maybe I turned in a little bit. I didn't know he was ahead at the apex. But that was completely... maybe my fault a little bit, so I will take responsibility for that. Fairzy down the inside on Mr. Palm and Sway, and that's a track limit. It's okay. I guess I cut the curb a little bit, but Fairzy with aggressive dive bomb on not aggressive, but it's just a big send down there in a 3-second time penalty. That is deserved. I deserve that. And over the track limits, we burned the bridges with track limits. The FIA said, "Screw you, man. You get a penalty." So. Here comes Emmanuel. We'll probably let him by. He's going to have a pace advantage. He's on the mediums. Very late on the brakes as well. A lot of these guys are going late in the brakes, and maybe I just brake a little bit earlier than everybody else because I'm more focused on my exit than what I do in the brake zone. But anyways, Emmanuel's charging, and we're going to get right around Emmanuel's. We're going to go down the inside through Big Red Corner. Very late on the brakes. He's also very late in the brakes as well. We give him enough space around the outside line, and he's got the outside line. We're going to go side by side through the center S's, and I hope no contact is made, but he's got the inside, then I got the inside, then he's got the inside, and we back out. We're on the outside. We can't really fight that well. That part's very good for racing if you do it cleanly, because if you don't do it cleanly, it's not really that good, and not really ends up for you. But Carlos is next up. I don't know if he did pit, I think, or I don't know if he did pit. I'm not 100% sure, but Carlos is in. He's fighting Emmanuel. Emmanuel very late on the brakes as well. Carlos, who actually has a lockup, and we're going to capitalize on Carlos, and yes, we do. And we try to get back into Emmanuel, which hopefully he can catch up to Sway in the RB, which that will be crucial if he can catch up to him. But he's actually at a moment off track on lap 13, and we kind of fell out of that DRS range from him because we made a little mistake, or we went out wide at some part of the track, which probably did not help us on this lap. Lap 14 now is approaching us, and Emmanuel is still his mediums are still pretty fresh, but he can't really get around those guys up in the front, and it's not really helping us quite a bit with the Fairzy with that train, and I believe that is Hemi Kid in the Haas, and also Sway back there as well. So it is it's a very close racing here for these for basically P4, because the battle for the podium. Actually, no, the battle for the podium is actually 4 drivers. 2 Astons, the letter P, and my teammate Reimer. So, yeah, they're in that chasing pack. But Reimer and the Aston, I don't know who's in the Aston. I don't know if that's CMS or Zoc in the other Aston. But Emmanuel, I think Sway got around Emmanuel. I'm not 100% sure what just happened, but Sway gets around Emmanuel, and he's going to try to possibly go at it. He can try to go at it again, and like I said, his tires are still pretty good, so I think they'll fall off at some point, but we're running out very wide. Now we're really struggling with the tires. That's another time penalty. This race has really gone from bad to worse, but we're pulling a decent gap from Rassam and Hemi Kid. I think Hemi Kid got involved in something because we're up to P7, so I don't know what just happened, but maybe he was already behind us this whole time and I just didn't realize it. Someone is at a moment somewhere in the back of the grid. No safety car, hopefully not. But Zoc did not pit, and he's actually in the pit. So a couple guys actually did pit. So that probably, them staying out probably didn't help. But Sway and Emmanuel going side by side through this part of the track, and Emmanuel, who's gonna capitalize on Sway. No, he's not. It's very tight, but good racing through this middle sector of the track. Sway defends that really well in the RB, and now we're just really cutting. This is really bad driving now. We're just driving out of. Now I've really lost my head because I don't know what to do, and that seemed to be the common theme through a lot of these things. And Emmanuel with a, I don't know if he almost hit the back of Sway or not, but Emmanuel hits us. I don't know if he lost grip or something, but he hit us, and well, obviously that was a little bit annoyed, but I mean, no damage to the side pods, so he's okay. But he's gonna get right around us and on those mediums, so he's probably gonna pit soon here because he's got to pit soon. And he knows those mediums will probably explode on like lap 23. So this race has really gone for better or worse, and he still fights that off. So he doesn't give a damn, and he's almost lost the back end through this part. We go down the inside, but he's gonna get the swole switcheroo, and we almost lose the back end through there. But he's gonna fight this around the outside. He's still fighting this around the outside. He's got to back out. He does back out. He was gonna fight that no matter what. He was not playing around. He basically said, "No, I don't care for positions," because I believe he's coming in, and yes, he is. He's coming in this lap, and he's in the pits. So Emmanuel in the pits on lap 18. So he's gonna probably charge on those soft tires if he's got any fresh softs at the later stage of this Grand Prix. But now we're really struggling on the tires, and really at this point it's just gone from really bad to worse as much as we can. Oh no, oh my god, oh my god, that's embarrassing. That's so embarrassing. Oh no. I got too aggressive on the throttle. That was weird. It's a DNF. Well, at least that ends the pain. Man, call a safety car. That's unfortunate, but that is crappy. And that summed up the race. So really unfortunate. We got points, but I don't really got anything to say about that. Then a mistake did not help. So that's unfortunate. Next race is Mexico. Speaking of engine penalties, we are taking an engine penalty in Mexico. So just to clarify that is next Friday, or that is this Friday. But anyways, that's all I got in today's video, y'all. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good rest of your week. Be safe out there. Enjoy life. And I will see y'all in the next one.